This is Colm McGuigan for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined by Ipswich own Fabio Wardley. Fabio, the homecoming, it's finally here.
Yeah, finally here. A few days away, a few hours away. Look, just building into a great night on Saturday. I can't wait. Can't wait to get stuck in.
You won't know this, right? But you're in the most iconic IFL interview for me of my whole IFL career, right? I'll tell you why. He probably doesn't even know, but he made me delete it. So my first ever interview for IFL, I rushed to Nottingham. You weren't even on the card, I don't think, but you were there. It was a Matchroom show. I think.
I was.
Were you on the card?
I was.
Okay, so I tried to interview you really quickly. It was our first ever interview, and I interviewed you from underneath your head to your mid body. So I just had your man bag in it the whole time talking to you. It was the most iconic interview ever. He texted me being like, delete that right away, but I was too awkward to go and ask you for another interview.
Oh, you should. I was probably even nicer back then than I am now. Now I'd probably say to fuck off. Back then I was like, yeah, of course, no worries.
Fabio, you're finally home. What does it feel like then all your friends, your family, everyone here in Ipswich is going to come out? Is that added pressure for you this week?
Nah, the opposite. It feels more relaxing. It feels more just chill, just ease your way into Saturday night. I'm not one to get all G'd up, all excited in the build-up. I like to really kind of slow roll my way in, so this is really helping with that, to be honest.
Whenever Jarrell Miller pulled out, what was your first reaction to that?
Aggravation, of course. It's never ideal to have an opponent pull out and having to swap things around and find a new one. Are they going to be any good? Are you going to find someone of good quality? There's a bunch of things that go into it. But we did well in getting a hold of Justis Huni, and like I said, the presser as well. Credit to him for taking it. There wasn't any faffing around, any waiting. He got straight into it. So, yeah, look, it's never ideal to have to switch the game plan around halfway through a camp, but boxing will always be boxing and these things will always happen, so we just keep it moving.
What was the situation when they came to you with opponents? Did they give you different names other than Justis Huni, or was that the first name they came to?
Realistically, it was a really short list. There wasn't a lot there, and then in terms of what was there, in terms of was a good fight, known in some instance, would make for an entertaining fight, a good opponent, made the list even shorter.
With obviously the change in styles, Jarrell Miller and Justis Huni, two very different fighters, you feel more confident coming into this one that you did against Jarrell, or what way are you feeling towards that?
Equally as confident. I'm always confident going into a fight as long as I know I've put the hard work in. I've done the work in the gym. I've done the work at home in terms of researching and checking things and going over the drills and patterns and repetitions and all of those things. Once I've put all that work in, it doesn't matter who it is. I'll feel confident the second I step foot in that ring on the night.
What do you do better than Justis Huni?
Get my opponents out of there. I don't hang around. Ultimately, I get the job done, one way or another. I think I have a knack, I have a way of figuring out the task immediately in front of me and getting rid of my opponent. Finding their holes, either it be planning for it or on the fly in the night and looking at something and going, right, okay, I know how to kind of assess this, I know how to change things around here. I think ultimately, I'm just clinical. I can make those sharp decisions, them start changes on the night, in the moment, that will obviously cause me to win.
How much do you lean on Ben Davison and Lee Wiley in these situations with a change of opponent and how they prepare you for something like this?
Yeah, hugely. Don't get me wrong, a change of opponent would be way more uncomfortable if I didn't have those two guys in my corner helping with obviously prep and planning and putting together research and everything like that. So it does lend to creating an extra bit of confidence and just chilling and relaxing and knowing that you've got a good team around you who's able to put the job together.
Obviously, it's going to be a packed out Portman Road on Saturday night. All of your family, friends, everyone there. Are we expecting a career best performance from Fabio Wardley on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think so. This is like, I say breakout, I guess. Like the last couple have kind of been similar in the sense of a breakout, but this one really in my hometown, on my home show at Portman Road, something I've been shouting about, asking for a very long time. I can't do it the disservice of it not being special. So I'm going to make it turn into something, definitely.
Maybe a potential walkout from Ed Sheeran, is that on the cards?
I don't know if that's possible. I think he's away working. I think he's doing something. So, I don't know if that one will come off, but we'll see. Never say never.
Fabio, with Dillian coming off the card, disappointing to lose Dillian off the card?
Yeah, look, it would have been a fantastic thing to have him on, but he's one relatively short notice for him to try and find a good caliber of opponent, and that's what we were trying to do. We didn't want to just put him on for the sake of it. He doesn't want to just fight an any old body and just knock him over in a round or two. It doesn't benefit anyone at all. So we couldn't find a high enough caliber of opponent for him in enough time. And also, he's been working on something big in the background, and that's for him to say and release and do whenever he does. But that's another reason as to why, look, we just thought, everyone as the whole team just thought, right, you know what, this isn't the right one for you to be on. Sort out whatever you're sorting out and wait for that to come around.
I don't want to look past Justis Huni because it'd be wrong to, but what do you see for Fabio Wardley in the next 6 to 9 months? All being well on Saturday night, you come through, Justis Huni.
I see a mandatory shot for a world title. I think after this fight, or maybe at the end of the year, I'm very much going into, once we land in kind of January, February of 2026, I feel like I'll be very much at the front run of getting myself in a title shot.
Last one for me. Do you have a message for your fans and everyone who's going to watch you on Saturday night and come out and their support in Ipswich?
Yeah, look, first off, thank you. Thank you to everyone that's bought a ticket. Thank you everyone that's planning on tuning in, watching. It's going to be a special occasion for the town, for me. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make it a very memorable night. So, yeah, thank you all.
Fabio Wardley, I appreciate your time. Thanks, mate. Thank you.